What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Our Streamers Cheaters. Today we are going to be talking about this look to the left that not just EXLAINED but a lot of other top level streamers seem to be doing. We are going to dive into quite a bit of detail about why I believe and a lot of other people believe that these streamers are looking to their left. And we say left because that's the general direction a lot of them seem to look, but a lot of others are looking in different directions also, down and right. Up, to the right, up and left, up and right, down and left, down and right, and just down. Some people have a look at their phone as well. But what we're going to be concentrating on now is the reason why people are looking off their main monitor whilst in a gunfight. So if you do enjoy this video, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. It's the best place for you guys to contact me about any streamers, no matter how big or small, if you believe they are cheating. Right, let's crack on with the video. So guys, I am going to try my best to show you as little as possible of the video that we've got in front of us now. The reason for that is because this is actually a tutorial on how to set your cheats up on a separate monitor. But we can use parts of this to actually reiterate the point we've been making about these streamers looking left. Now, I have never seen anybody look so far to the left as much as EXLAINED does. And there are other content creators out there who do this as well. Other Warzone streamers, should I say. But this, what we're about to show you now, is solid proof that wall hacks can be run on a second monitor. And it's not just wall hacks either, guys. You've got the full cheat menu, which means any of the ESP settings, including and not limited to the 2D radar. We're going to talk about that further on down the line, but just let's have a little look at some of what's going on here. We'll skip to this bit now and actually look at this.
We have ESP on one side and non-ESP on the other monitor.
Now, as you can see with both of them monitors, there is a latency issue. The left monitor seems to be 1 second ahead of the right monitor, but if you have the right equipment, and in this case I mean a top-end PC, with all the softwares in the background running to make your PC run at the finest it can possibly be, overclocked to the limit, right? You ain't going to get a single latency issue between both monitors. Everything would be running side by side perfectly. So what we can take from this here is very simple. First of all, for those who said in the comments of my EXLAINED looking left video that you can't run ESP wall hacks on a second monitor, here's proof that you can. For those of you who are saying that he was looking at his minimap, I just want to point something out to you now. This is where the minimap is, but instead of having the 2D radar actually cover the map itself on this screen, you would have it in the top right corner. If you've got that 2D radar in the top right corner, right next to your minimap, you don't even really need to move your head. You would only have to move it ever so slightly, and that's only if you don't have the screens overlapping. If you have two monitors really close together and decide to put your 2D radar in the top right corner on the one that's actually showing the cheats, then it would just look like you're having a little glance at your minimap. So that is one way to look at it, and that, honestly, without a camera behind somebody looking at them, you wouldn't be able to tell that they were actually looking at a 2D radar in the top right corner of their left monitor. But if, for example, they are running wall hacks on their second monitor, just like we can see on this image here, then guess what? They're going to be looking far over. They're going to be checking the whole screen on the left side, middle of a gunfight. But who knows, maybe they've got the 2D radar and the wall hacks running, and they use the 2D radar for the close quarters encounters, and then use the rest of the screen for any further away. Because let's face it, how many times did these guys not have a UAV or push in the exact direction of where an enemy team is? How many times did they push somewhere and no one's there? It's very rare that that happens, isn't it? It's extremely rare, in fact. So these guys pushing in all the directions they can every single time they bump into a team who's in a building, or bump into a team and they seem to have the upper hand because their rotation just so happened to be perfect that they placed themselves with the high ground against an enemy team who was not expecting them. How many times did they push a ghosted team? How many times do you hear them say, pop a UAV, and then when the UAV goes up they say, oh, that team must be ghosted. What team? So this right here is proof in itself that cheats can be ran on a separate monitor, which is something I've been trying to say for a while now and people just really didn't understand it. And let's face it, it's a brilliant cover up if you were running your cheats and you had them on your left monitor. If you were to run them on your right monitor, that's going to ask questions. Why does he keep looking to his right every time he's engaging in a gunfight? There's no answer for it. What? He's reading his chat? No, he's not. No, he's not. Because the minimap is on the left-hand side, that gives streamers a reason to say why they're looking to their left. Little glance to the left. I was just checking the minimap. Yeah. Which brings me to the next part here now, okay? And this is something that I want to actually put out because I'm seeing this happen quite a lot. Streamers back each other up all the time, and that's just how it is, unfortunately for us. A lot of big streamers will also back each other up, even if it's against a small YouTuber like myself. What we're going to show you now is actually a tweet from JGod talking about people looking left at their minimap, making people believe that it's dumb to question anything other than the fact that the streamer will be looking at their minimap. Okay, keep this in mind. What we've got right here now, we've got cheats on the left monitor, normal gameplay on the right monitor. It's the exact same gameplay. If you don't believe me, I'll tell you what, we'll actually press play on this now quickly. So you can see on this that the cheats are actually showing on the left monitor, but on the main center monitor, it's the exact same gameplay, just with absolutely no cheats showing at all. And then they have what is their OBS software on the right screen as well, as you can see in the corner there. So they have OBS software running there. Center screen is for their gameplay, left screen is for their cheats, okay? Now let's go and take a look at this tweet. Okay, so the ones we are going to concentrate on here is simply EXLAINED's reply to JGod. So JGod, his original tweet is, amazing how many people don't look at their minimap non-stop and think it's odd that people do. EXLAINED replies saying, tell me about it. He then says, yeah, it's getting ridiculous. EXLAINED responds to that saying, people also don't realise I sit close AF to my monitor like a CSGO Val Pro. I have to turn my head every time I want to look at my minimap. JGod responds saying, yeah, I noticed this when Summit and Shroud played COD 2. They have to turn their heads like 90 degrees. Now that's all good and well. People can sit there and say that EXLAINED is looking at the minimap. However, when he was questioned about this live, he didn't have that same response. He didn't say that he was looking at his minimap when he turns his head to the left. We're going to show you a clip now of exactly what EXLAINED said he was looking at. This small clip is from a video that's actually been put up by another YouTuber called Pudding. Go and check him out, guys. I've actually linked his video in the description below. This is a section of his video where it actually shows EXLAINED responding to somebody in his chat where they ask him, what do you keep looking at? And he explains. Let's take a listen now.
What do you keep looking at? I've noticed a few times when you beam a kid, you look at another monitor before you do it. I look before I do it? I don't know about that one, buddy. So I've got a chat on this side. I've got a full chat on this side. I've got an OBS on this side, and I've got my Discord on this side. That's all I have on my monitors.
Now, I explained earlier on in the video that if you were to have them right next to each other, side by side, your two monitors, the one that you use for the game and the one on the left, you actually put the 2D radar on the top right-hand corner of your screen. You'd be able to just glance at it as if it's the minimap. However, if you actually look at the way EXLAINED has got half of his left side monitor sort of tucked behind his main monitor that he plays on, think about the position he sits in there and think about the angle in which he looks to the left. He would have his minimap perfectly in line to where he looks. Top left-hand corner. He could have a permanent UAV running on that. He could have a 2D radar running on that, which, by the way, are similar things but not the same. Or he could have ESP wall hacks just running the whole time on his second monitor. He's got Discord open on his left monitor. He's also got his OBS software open on his left monitor. His OBS doesn't seem to have any chat whatsoever going on there. Streamlabs OBS, you get the chat option, so your chat pops up on it. But he also stated in this that his chat is on his right monitor. He's got the gameplay on the middle monitor, chat on the right monitor, and what's on his left monitor? Discord. And we've actually done a demonstration of how people can run cheats through Discord recently. But we've also now shown you in this video that people can just run them on a separate monitor. I'm not going to actually explain how that works either. And based on the layout of his actual monitors here, it does look like he's looking left at the minimap on his second monitor. What do you guys think of that? So guys, I'm hoping this has actually opened some of your eyes to understand that cheats can be run on a second monitor, left monitor, right monitor, a monitor above, a monitor below, and so on. It can be run on a separate monitor whilst you play on another monitor with no cheats on show. This is how easy it is to hide cheats. Even with a monitor cam, you could hide cheats. But what I want to reiterate here, guys, is something I said in a previous video. There is a difference between when somebody looks at their minimap to when they are looking off the screen at a separate monitor, okay? And if you guys think somebody is suspicious of this, you will probably find a photograph of their setup somewhere on their socials. And that's the best way to see whether or not they actually have a monitor in the direction that you think they're looking. That's the first step. The second step is to see the difference to when they're actually looking at their minimap to when they're looking at a separate monitor. Because guys, in some instances, if they have a UAV popped, you will catch them looking directly at their minimap. Whether or not their eyes just move or whether their head moves just a little bit, that is when they're looking at their minimap. So if they are then looking further left, further right, or further up or down than they were when they were looking at their minimap in that instance, the chances are they're looking at a separate monitor. So there are different steps to be taken before actually assuming somebody is looking at a separate monitor with cheats on. Don't just jump the gun. It's always good to do a little bit of research first. Well, there we have it, guys. A lot of people have come into the comments stating that people are just looking up and left to their minimap. You can actually see the difference in the glance to the minimap compared to when they're glancing at a second monitor. But I do hope this video has demonstrated how easy it is to actually run wall hacks or any ESP settings on a different monitor. Whether that be to the left, right, up or down, or on someone's phone, it can actually be done. And I hope this has actually opened quite a lot of people's eyes to the reality of what has been going on. If you did enjoy the video, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to support the channel further, hit that blue join button today and become a member of the Triple B fam. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!